This is a video demonstrating exercises if you are just starting out with a consistent exercise program. So this is a 3-day per week program starting Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and all you are going to need for this is a band. Alright, so let's begin on Monday. The first exercise is a banded chest fly. So I'm going to take my band right here. I'm going to loop it behind my back, okay? So I have it right against my shoulder blades. My arms are out, flared out on the side of me. I'm closing my arms. As I close my arms, I'm squeezing my chest right here. So I'm contracting my chest. I'm opening and I'm contracting. Alright, so this is the banded chest fly. Okay? Next exercise is a glute bridge. So right here, I'm going to be in this position right here. My feet are flat on the floor. My hands are on the floor for stabilization. Okay? I'm gonna contract my glute right now. And I'm going to use my glute muscles to bring my hips up off the ground. I'm going to try to make a nice line from my knee all the way down to my shoulder right here. And I'm going down, contracting my glutes, and I'm back up. And I'm down, and up. Really squeezing that glute on the top position. Alright, next exercise is a banded back row. So I'm going to take my band, I'm going to loop them around my feet. I can loop them around one foot or both feet, up to your level. I'm going to keep a nice straight back here, and I'm going to row my arms back. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together, and I'm pointing behind me with my elbows. So I'm just rolling back, rolling back. Okay, so that's the banded back row. Next exercise is the tabletop glute sequence. So right here, I'm going to get in my tabletop position. First exercise is a fire hydrant. So I'm just going to open my hips up. I'm trying not to move in my lower spine. I'm just trying to slowly get movement in my hips. Okay? Once you get a good amount of reps with that, we're going to transition into hip circles right here. So I'm making nice circles. Again, try not to move at my lower spine. We're going to switch directions. Opening up. Alright, and the last exercise, I'm extending the foot out. Still keeping that neutral spine. I'm using my glute to raise my leg off the ground right here to do donkey kicks. I'm not over hiking. See, I just I use my spine to get my leg up. I'm just using my glutes here. Okay, and then you would switch with your other leg. Alright, so then the next exercise that we have are arm raises. Okay, so the first one is an I raise. So we're raising our arms up to make an I. Okay. Then a Y. My thumbs are pointing up and they're pointing nice and behind me. Y. Alright, and then a T raise. We're going to point our palms facing outward and I'm making a T. Okay. Next exercise that we have is a seated leg extension and curl. So you can sit in a chair or a bench if you have one. I have this little micro band that I'm going to be using. I'm going to loop that through my legs. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the leg curl. So I'm going to bring my left leg back to create some resistance. And I'm going to straighten my leg up. It could roll up, so you're just going to have to kind of keep it down a little bit. So I'm straightening my leg. And back down. There's one. Alright, so I'm using my quads to bring that band up. Next exercise is the leg curl. So I'm bringing my left leg outward and I'm curling my right leg inward using my hamstrings. Okay, so that's the leg curl. Last exercise for Monday is the push-up plank position. So I'm right here. I'm in a nice push-up position and I'm just holding this for 15, 30 seconds, however long I can do this, whatever our range is. In a nice push-up position, keeping my core engaged. Alright, so then that is Monday. We're going to move on to Wednesday. Wednesday we have the prayer squeeze press, starting off with the chest. So I'm going to be in a praying position. I'm not going to have any gaps in my hands. I'm pushing and I'm squeezing my hands together. So as I'm squeezing my hands, I'm going to extend my arms. So I'm still contracting and squeezing my hands. Fully extended, I'm going to be contracting my pecs. All right. Contracting and bringing them in. All right, so that's the prayer squeeze press. The next exercise is the quarter squat glute squeeze. So I'm right here, standing nice and tall. I'm just going to do a quarter squat right about here. And I'm using my glutes to bring myself back up, and I'm squeezing my glutes right here. So the first thing that goes back is my butt. Pretend you're hitting a door with your butt right here. So first thing that goes back is my butt, quarter squat, and I'm thrusting forward, squeezing my glutes right here. Quarter squat, and I'm up. Alright, so that's the quarter squat glute squeeze. Next thing that we're going to do is a scapular push-up. So I'm in a push-up position. Instead of my arms bending down, just my shoulder blades is what's going to be moving up and down. So I'm in my push-up position. I'm going down through my shoulder blades, and I'm pushing up, down, up. If we're unable to do that in the push-up position, we can be on our knees, and we can do this in assisted scapular push-ups. Okay? Next exercise are clamshells. So I'm going to create a 90-degree angle. 90-degree angle with my legs here. You can have a band or you can be unbanded. That's totally up to you. My feet are stacked and I'm separating my legs and I'm using this top glute right here to raise my leg up. You can kind of poke out your glute to make sure you're activating it. So these are clamshells. Okay? Next exercise is a banded shoulder press. So we're going to take our band here. I'm hanging on to it with my right hand. I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to anchor it at the middle of my chest. My arm is creating a 90-degree angle right here, and I'm pressing straight up. And I'm down. Notice how my elbows are staying tucked in with my body. I'm not flaring my elbow out, keeping that tucked in. Okay? That's the banded shoulder press. Next exercise is an RDL, so Romanian deadlift. So you can be just using regular body weight or banded. I'll just show body weight right here. So I'm standing nice and tall. I'm kind of keeping my shoulders retracted back. And I'm hinging through my hips right here. So my hips I'm doing a hip hinge. I'm hinging down, feeling a nice kind of stretch in my hamstring. And I'm using my hamstrings to bring myself back forward. So I'm down and I'm up. If you have a band, it's going to look like this. Take my band, I'm stepping on with my feet, hanging on to it right here, hip hinging, and I'm up. Hip hinge, and I'm up. Alright, so that's the RDL. And then the last exercise that we have is a bird dog. So again, I'm in that tabletop position. I'm going to extend my right leg and my left arm. So we're doing contralateral movements here. Extending my right leg and my left arm. I'm going to bring my left elbow to my right knee. Or the best that I can, and I'm extending out. trying to keep everything tight. All right, and then we would switch sides. That's the bird dog. So that's all for Wednesday. We're gonna move on to Friday. Friday we have the chest band press. So I'm taking my band, I have my hands looped in around my back here, and I'm just pressing straight out. All right, this is the chest press. Okay, next exercise is a chair or a squat hold. So if you have a chair with armchair rest, you can kind of use that. Or if you are against the wall, you can be against the wall here, and we can hold the wall sit like this, making sure we're at a 90-degree angle with this wall sit, and we can hold that for like 30 seconds. All right, banded back fly. I'm taking my band, I'm gonna hang on to it with my palms facing the ceiling, grabbing onto it, keeping this position right here, my palms facing towards the ceiling, and I'm flying back, squeezing my scapula together. And I'm flying back. And I'm back. Okay? Next exercise, lying leg raise sequence. So we're gonna lie down. I'm gonna see if I can see my toes. That means that we have to bring our legs back. So I look down, I can't see my toes, that's good. First thing that we're going to do is we're just going to lift our legs up. Lifting my legs up. Next exercise is I'm going to take my toe and I'm going to point it towards my bottom heel. And I'm doing the same thing, lifting up. Alright? Then I'm going to take my top heel and I'm going to point it towards my bottom toe. Okay. After that, we're going to take our top leg, we're going to step over the top of our bottom leg, and now I'm going to be raising this bottom leg up. All right. After that, we're going to roll over to our backs. I'm going to lower one leg, keep this leg raised. I'm going to contract my quad, and I'm going to just raise it just so it's parallel with my other leg. I'm going to completely relax and recontract. Relax, and we're up. Alright, so that's the lying leg raise sequence. Then we're going to do some band internal, external rotations. So let's find a post or something sturdy that we can use to do these rotations. I'm going to use this bench here. Okay, I'm going to hang on to the band like this. So these are some external rotations with my shoulder. I'm rotating outward. I'm keeping a little bit of space in between my arm and my body, using my shoulders to go out. Let's do an internal rotation. So right here, still hanging on underhand. And I'm just bringing the band inward toward my body. Alright, so that's the band internal, external rotation. Next exercise is the same thing we did Monday, which is the seated band leg curl extension. So again, we have that band around our ankles, and then we're extending our leg out, and then we're also curling it underneath. Okay, so that's that. Last one for Friday is the tabletop hover knees. So I'm in the tabletop position right here. I'm going to keep my toes kind of dug in towards the ground, and I'm going to hover my knees just above the ground here. And we're just holding this. You're going to feel your quads working and your core working. Okay? So then that is our first program that we have, which only utilizes a band.